According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Article 426.26, ground fault circuit interrupter protection for equipment, fixed electric space heating equipment rated 150 volts to ground or less, and code and plug connected portable electric space heating equipment rated more than 150 volts to ground must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter of the type required by Article 210.8. This means that heat tape installed on a residential roof must be protected by a ground fault circuit interrupter, which is commonly referred to as a GFCI. This protection can be provided by either a GFCI circuit breaker or a GFCI receptacle. The primary function of a GFCI is to protect people from electrical shock. It does this by monitoring the current flowing in the circuit. If the GFCI detects that some of the current is leaking to ground, which could happen if someone touches a live wire, it will quickly trip the circuit and stop the flow of electricity. This rapid response is crucial in preventing serious injury or even death. Now let's talk about the two types of GFCIs, the circuit breaker and the receptacle. A GFCI circuit breaker is installed in the electrical panel and provides protection for the entire circuit. If a ground fault occurs anywhere on the circuit, the GFCI circuit breaker will trip, cutting off power to all devices connected to the circuit. A GFCI receptacle, on the other hand, is installed at a specific outlet location and only protects that particular outlet and any devices plugged into it. This means that if a ground fault occurs at a different outlet on the same circuit, the GFCI receptacle will not trip, and the person could still be exposed to electrical shock. Considering the options, a GFCI circuit breaker is generally a more expensive option than a GFCI receptacle. This is because it provides whole circuit protection, which requires more sophisticated circuitry and manufacturing. However, the added protection offered by a GFCI circuit breaker can be worth the extra cost, especially in situations where there is a high risk of ground faults, such as in damp or wet locations. In the specific case of heat tape installed on a residential roof, the NEC requires that the heat tape be protected by a GFCI, regardless of the type of GFCI used. This is due to the fact that roofs are exposed to the elements, and there is a high risk of moisture entering the electrical system. Moisture can create a path for current to leak to ground, which can lead to electrical shock. The decision of whether to use a GFCI circuit breaker or a GFCI receptacle for heat tape protection is ultimately up to the electrician installing the heat tape. However, it is important to consider the pros and cons of each option before making a decision. If cost is a major concern, a GFCI receptacle may be the more attractive option. However, if whole circuit protection is desired, a GFCI circuit breaker is the better choice. No matter which type of GFCI is chosen, it is important to ensure that it is properly installed and tested. A qualified electrician should be hired to install the GFCI and verify that it is working correctly. Regular testing of the GFCI is also recommended to ensure that it is functioning properly. To test the GFCI, simply press the test button on the device. If the GFCI is working correctly, it should trip, cutting off power to the circuit. If the GFCI does not trip, it should be replaced immediately. It's important to understand some additional considerations. Firstly, always consult local codes. While the NEC provides a comprehensive set of guidelines for electrical installations, local codes may have additional requirements or restrictions. It's important to check with the local building department or a qualified electrician to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes. Secondly, consider the specific application of the heat tape. The type of heat tape being installed and its intended use can also influence the choice of GFCI protection. For example, if the heat tape is being used to prevent ice dams from forming on the roof, it may be exposed to more moisture than if it is being used to simply keep pipes from freezing. In situations where there is a high risk of moisture exposure, a GFCI circuit breaker may be the better option. Thirdly, think about future maintenance. The ease of maintenance and testing should also be considered when choosing between a GFCI circuit breaker and a GFCI receptacle. GFCI circuit breakers can be easily tested by pressing the test button on the breaker. GFCI receptacles can also be tested by pressing the test button on the receptacle. However, if a GFCI receptacle fails, it may be more difficult to replace than a GFCI circuit breaker. Fourthly, understand the limitations of GFCIs. While GFCIs provide excellent protection against ground faults, they do not protect against all electrical hazards. GFCIs do not protect against overloads or short circuits. Overloads occur when too much current is flowing through a circuit, which can cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. Short circuits occur when there is a direct connection between two wires in a circuit, which can also cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. To protect against overloads and short circuits, it is important to use the correct size circuit breaker or fuse for the circuit. In summary, when installing heat tape on a residential roof, it is essential to provide GFCI protection in accordance with the National Electrical Code. Both GFCI circuit breakers and GFCI receptacles can be used to provide this protection. The choice between the two depends on factors such as cost, the level of protection desired, local codes, and the specific application of the heat tape. Always consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant. Remember, safety is paramount when working with electricity. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. If you have any questions or concerns about electrical safety, please consult with a qualified electrician. Proper installation and maintenance of electrical systems are crucial for protecting people and property from electrical hazard. Ignoring these safety precautions can have serious consequences. Stay informed, stay safe, and always prioritize electrical safety in your home and workplace. Ground fault protection is a critical safety feature in electrical systems, designed to prevent electrical shock and reduce the risk of fire. A ground fault occurs when there is an unintended electrical path between a live conductor and ground. This can happen if a wire becomes frayed and touches a metal enclosure, or if someone comes into contact with a live wire while also touching a grounded object. When a ground fault occurs, a large amount of current can flow through the unintended path, which can be dangerous. A GFCI monitors the current flowing in the hot and neutral wires of a circuit. Under normal conditions, the current flowing in the hot wire should be equal to the current flowing in the neutral wire. However, if a ground fault occurs, some of the current will leak to ground, causing an imbalance between the hot and neutral wires. The GFCI detects this imbalance and quickly trips the circuit, cutting off power to the circuit and preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are designed to trip very quickly, typically within a few milliseconds. This rapid response is crucial in preventing serious injury or death. The amount of current required to trip a GFCI is very small, typically around 5 milliamps. This means that GFCIs are very sensitive and can detect even small ground faults. There are two main types of GFCIs: circuit breakers and receptacles. GFCI circuit breakers are installed in the electrical panel and provide protection for the entire circuit. GFCI receptacles are installed at specific outlet locations and only protect that particular outlet and any devices plugged into it. GFCI protection is required in many areas of the home, including bathrooms, kitchens, garages, and outdoor locations. This is because these areas are more likely to be exposed to moisture, which can increase the risk of ground faults. When choosing a GFCI, it is important to select one that is rated for the voltage and amperage of the circuit. It is also important to choose a GFCI that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories UL. GFCIs should be tested regularly to ensure that they are functioning properly. To test a GFCI, simply press the test button on the device. If the GFCI is working correctly, it should trip, cutting off power to the circuit. If the GFCI does not trip, it should be replaced immediately. GFCIs can fail over time, so it is important to replace them every 10 to 15 years or sooner if they fail a test. When replacing a GFCI, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. It is also important to turn off the power to the circuit before working on the electrical system. GFCI protection is an important safety feature that can help prevent electrical shock and reduce the risk of fire. By understanding how GFCIs work and where they are required, you can help protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Remember to always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work.